The cladding, it's shukiban. It's Japanese kind of conserving the wood, and it's burned. We really wanted to have a house with not so much maintenance on it, and also no paint and stuff like that we need to use now. And in the beginning it was a bit black when you put your hand on it, but now with the rain it's gone. So we have it on this side of the house, and in the front we bought it. But you will see later on the other side of the house, Roland burned it. We tried to do it in a Japanese way, but it was really difficult. And then he did it just with a gas burner.
Also, the Japanese use a lot of cedar wood, and we don't normally have cedar wood here, so it would have to come from the other side of the world, and it's more expensive. It's a Dutch company who is doing this professionally, so you get a pretty constant output, and it's nice because it's also some people even ask if it's plastic because it can really reflect the light.
And what we also like is that we can do both of the doors totally to here, so then in summertime you have a big terrace actually. And this cladding is still needs to be done because we want to do it with it's called fungivores, and it's an actually a kind of mushroom which you put on, and then it's will be black, and then you need to feed the mushroom again. So with linseed oil you put on it when the black gets a bit more grayish, then you put the linseed oil, and then it's yummy, and then they're eating, and then they get black again. So.
This is our tub, which gets filled with rainwater, and we use it sometimes in the morning to have a really cold start of the morning, so a cold dip.
And here we have some fruits. We have a pear and a nice apple tree, which was in the garden of my uncle. We want to have some nice fruits over here, and but we have also a lot of grass. So piece by piece we are getting the grass away and putting more which we can eat.
Here we have two technical things. The outside unit of the air conditioning system. It will be covered with a black mesh, so it will look better. And the small shed over there with the green roof on top is where the batteries and the inverters. In this one we have our three BMW i3 battery modules. In the car they do 400 volts, but here it's a 48 volt system. They're paralleled, and I'm working with all the Victron equipment with a solar regulator which is capable of doing the 5000 watts to DC. And then you have a Victron Multiplus, which can power the house from the battery, but it can also power it from the solar in the day, but also generate, output the excess electricity to the grid. So this one makes it DC, and this one knows if there's too much energy, it will just export it to the grid, which also includes the same 230 volt. And it's basically the maximum we get out of it is 6000 watts, which is more than enough for us, even though we use everything electrical induction cooking. And then I reuse some parts from an electric car as well, so a big contactor relay and some pre-charge resistors are reused also from an electric vehicle.
Was it cheaper to use BMW batteries than to buy or build a new one?
Well, the prices are constantly changing, and we had a long time where the prices were going down, and so if you do it again, then I think it would be just easier to buy LFP batteries from a manufacturer but here in Europe it's a bit harder to get them for a reasonable price. I know from US markets or other markets they have many choice in Chinese manufacturers and with good prices, and here it's that there's not so much sales of that. And now you have different problems with availability of batteries. Using car batteries, I think it's nice because we really like the reuse parts. They don't have to be recycled. They just can be reused, just like that, and they're perfectly fine. But for safety, you would rather use LFP batteries, and that's why we also house the installation outside. And I think it becomes economical when you find a complete battery pack for a nice price. Then it's an economical way, but you have to really know what you're doing because it can be really unsafe with these batteries. So a couple of lead batteries, you can just hook them up and you don't have to care about them too much. And these ones, you need to monitor everything, which we are doing here. So that's nice. The car batteries already come with all this hardware to monitor them in a car with CAN bus systems, and I'm just reusing that as well, monitoring voltages and temperature. But you have to know what you're doing, otherwise don't start reusing these kind of batteries and just buy LFP batteries because they are probably the best choice now.
This is our front garden. We have here the entrance to our house. And these tiles are also really special. They are made out of more than 70% of recycled concrete and recycled pavement from the streets. And of course we also have rainwater system, or where we watering the plants with. We try to do all the vegetables and herbs and stuff like that in the garden, which are eatable, but also which are good for the soil, because we had a lot of problems here with the clay and with water. And so in 2 years ago, it was really empty here. There was nothing, and now it's really green and with all the houses. That's really nice.
This project is located a bit north of the city of Alkmaar, so it's like 40 minutes from Amsterdam, and it's I would say less than 10 kilometers from the beach. So in the nice season we go a lot of times to the beach with the bicycle, either to the beach or just the dune area, which is very nice here. So we really like the location.
Yeah, and there are 10 houses here with different families living, people with kids, people who live alone or as a couple. And we have also, we call it our center, where we give workshops, seminars and stuff like that, because we are really an open community. We want to show how we did it, how we did the bio-based building, how we live together, and we want to share our knowledge to hope that more people can do like this, and that we are living in a more sustainable world. So I'm a sustainable interior designer, and I also have an Instagram account and a website, which is unfortunately in Dutch, but the name is Duurzame interieurstylist.nl. That's the website, and my Instagram is the same, Duurzame interieurstylist. And there I show about our house, about my designs.
I'm working on concepts to make the energy transition easier away from fossil fuels, and this house is like a playground of these technologies and how to integrate it into a whole thing. And some things are very specific to such a project, but actually for the outside world I'm working on concepts which work on typical houses. For example, in the Netherlands, a lot of row houses, and I'm trying to use the knowledge to come up with products that make the energy transition easier and usage of fossil fuels lower.
We live here in this eco community, which was founded by our founder Mieke Elsinga, and she already made a whole plan, everything she was already busy with, and when this plan was there, then she was searching for people who wanted to live here, and the main thing here was if you want to live here, you need to be sustainable in one way, and so actually there were two people, so Mika and another neighbor, which started this project, and then we were like, yeah, do we want it or not? Because it's kind of exciting to sell your house in Amsterdam and to do something like this, especially with two kids. And then we were like looking to each other and we thought, yeah, we just want to do this. This is our dream and we want to do it. And then more and more people came, of course, our neighbors, who are living next to us, they also have two kids, and she was like, yeah, when you said yes, I thought, yeah, I also want to do it. And the group was growing, and it was really nice. And now we have a nice group of people here, all with a sustainable mindset. And so when we started, it was a project for 5 years. So we rent the ground here from a nature area here, and it was exciting because it was only for 5 years. But now we've heard that it's for 10 years. So yeah, in 8 years we will see what happened then, and till then we enjoy the time here. So we are now walking to the food forest, which is next to our community, and were already here for 3 years when we started our project, and they are all with volunteers, and they have a really nice place here they put all kinds of veggies and fruits and stuff like that. And on this side of the road, it's more like maintenance, and on the other side it's more wild nature, and they're experimenting, and we are working together. For example, when they have trees left over or stuff, then we can use it, and we have a place where they can in our building they sometimes are going to chat or whatever. And since a couple of weeks there are 4 nice little friends for pigs are here. I think they are now inside their sleeping place, but most of the times they're coming when they hear you. They're really curious.